everyone to another video in our Bryan Fundamental series where I try to get better at Bryan day by day and bring you along for the ride. So, as you all know, I just went to Combo Breaker recently and went through my match recordings. I had a chance to go through them another time with Peter, and we essentially went through the Deviljin match that I lost and got some homework for labbing. So, the things that I want to go through today are two things, namely. The first one is just some punishable moves that Deviljin does that we need to get better at. At defending against. So the first one being essentially this while standing 2 that comes out, and then the other one, and just some punishment in general. And then the other ones are just like common Deviljin, and even like probably Jin tactics to some degree, but more so a Deviljin thing, of just kind of loops that they'll do that you need to be prepared to defend against. So this shouldn't be a super long video, and because of that, I will go ahead and get started with the things that we need to be looking into. So I'll start first by doing a couple. The first thing that I need to do is actually lab what happens with his low laser. Okay, so let's start with that. And I think this happens in his heat form. No. So what we're looking for is the low laser that he does during Oki. I believe. So let's find that first. And if it's not Demon Spear, down back 1+2, probably not. Demon's Lance, hold it, no. Down back, maybe this. Keep looking for it. I don't think it's a full crouch move, but I'm gonna check. No. Moves during fly, moves during morning crow, throws, attack reversal. So I'm not 100% sure based off this move list. So it's not that. Okay. Okay, so up 1+2 is the laser. If up 1+2 is the laser, then that means we can hopefully use that name to find the rest of it. So up 1+2, Hellfire Cannon. So what is Hellfire Cannon mentioned in anywhere else? Hellfire Cannon, Hellfire Blast, down back 1+3, 1+4. Not quite. Not quite. Give me one more Hellfire move, please. Dark Twin Lancer, no. Malicious Mace, Hellfire Blast, down back 1+4. That's what I did, right? Well, that's a little bit confusing. So if it's maybe down, maybe up, maybe this. Oh my gosh, I don't know where it is. It's only when you're grounded? Oh, so you have to be, I have to be in a grounded state? Really? How do I get him into that? So, let's see what you mean. Okay, so, for example, if I knock him down. What? That's crazy. Okay, so we'll record that. Something like that. Oh, I did it too fast. Ooh, what if I do... No, that won't work. Okay. Something like this. No way. And we can't punish it. So you see this? It's minus 14 in this game. Okay. So we do down 4-2-1. Okay. That's very interesting. I've never actually seen a move in Tekken that doesn't come out based off your opponent's state. I didn't know that. That's crazy. Okay. No wonder no one uses that in neutral. That makes sense. Good to see you, Mustafa and Cringe Performer. Thank you. All right. Interesting. So, it pushes very far in a lot of situations. I think, at least in that situation, we can use our best judgment because you kind of have a feeling for how far this move is going to go. See? Like, if we're here, maybe. But if we're, like, here, no. But yeah, that's a good point. So down 1+2 laser. We'll just say, like, Oki. I don't know, like, knockdown Oki. Minus 14 on block. So, interesting. And then the next bit, and I think that's the only thing that I was supposed to figure out. Then we also have down forward 1. We need to, so let's get a little bit, let's skip ahead a little bit and first like go through the list of punishable moves that I'm supposed to be punishing. So let's start with that first. So we have for starters, these 3. So we have while standing 1-2, while standing 2, 1+2. So while standing 1-2, while standing 2, 1+2. Let's go through each of these. So we have while standing 1-2, that's minus 11. And this is his I-13 punish. Down 1 is launched, sure, yeah. I-13 punish, or I'll just put I-13 so it's pretty obvious that it's an I-13 punish. Minus 11 on block. And then we're not going to go through all of the like on hit properties of these because this is mainly just training or punishment training for today. This should be minus 12. Yep. This is also an I-15 move. So this is also his launch move. Minus 12 on block. And then we have 1+2. This is what he was talking about before. Interesting. And it is always a double hit. So actually I didn't know about this move. Interesting. So I'm just going to say tracking to hit. And then we have minus 12 on block. And yeah, we can do down 1+2. Down 1+2 is minus 14. Power crush, right? Sorry, not down 1+2, down 1. Down 1, power crush, minus 14. So these are the ones that are essentially, I don't want to oh, this is delayable, okay. These used to be launch, high first, and second hit. Huh. Down forward 1. Okay. Like I said, we're not going to go through the entire move list. We're taking an amount that fits into a training of 8 moves, and we're going to have some other ones that we're going to put in here today. So like I said, but I will put that this is delayable. So with that, these are the moves that Peter was like, just start with these. These were moves that I wasn't punishing. Obviously, there's more, but we will start. You got to start somewhere. The other thing that we were talking about is essentially his pressure. So this is again, like, this is just the very tip of the iceberg, okay? But it's something to think about in the sense that how does Deviljin pressure you in the neutral, right? And we'll start with something really basic, which is something that my opponent was doing to us when we were at Combo Breaker. So the thing that they were doing was 1-1 and 2 down back 2, right? And you'll notice that 1-1 is actually minus 1 on block. So this is quite a good situation for Deviljin. And because of that, while they have like not that many minus frames, if you try to do something, like let's say do this into jab, right? You can jab back. Like you can jab back in that situation. Or they can just do 2 jabs to try and catch you, right? Now why this matters is that if you're going to jab back, a common thing that they can do is they can then down back to you, right? They can down back to you, and now if you jab, they'll hit, and if you use a 1-2, then you'll get counter hit. So let me just show that to you real quick. Something like this, right? So the idea is that in this situation, if I jab, I'll get hit, and if I do 1-2, I'll get counter hit. I'm not even doing the 1-2 full. I'm just doing 1-2. So this is a very kind of like strong situation that they can use to pressure you to keep their frames going, right? We'll also point out that this is a +3 on hit for Deviljin. So, with that being said, the thing that we kind of wanted to lab was a few things. The first one is like, can I down back 3? We can, because the option that he goes for is 21 frames, so it's kind of like a hatchet speed. The other thing that you have an option to do is forward 3. So it's like, there are a lot of things that can happen in this situation, but at least getting used to one of the answers, if you are going to call out a lot of down back 2s being used, is just use the forward 3. So I'm going to start with this just to get used to the action. Not because this is going to catch everything, right? There are a lot of options that can be used here, and just to give you like an idea of the certain things they can do, they could do 1-1 sidestep like electric, though I'm not a Mishima player, but you can hopefully get the idea. Yeah, hopefully just get the idea, because I can't do this on demand very easily. And then you can also do 1-1, sidestep 1-1. You can do 1-1 down back 2, like we said. 1-1, maybe like a back 3. And we'll try each one of these just to like see what could happen here, just so that we have an idea of what these options do here. We'll do the electric one last. That's not quite right. Something like this. You can also do 1-1, what did we say? 1-1 back 3, maybe. The reason we would do this is to see like what beats that, right? And then last, if I have the execution, I'm not sure if I do. I don't know why I'm getting a jump there. Let's see, so an electric is this, so. And I think I'm missing my forward input, is my guess here. Hey, we got it. Whew. And then, sure, we can do 1-1 down, forward 1 if you want, yeah. Why up 4? Oh, like just doing this? Sure. We'll add that. So yeah, let's go through these real quick. So let's talk about, so the down back 2, right? You do any jabs, you get counter hit. If you do a forward 3, it gets caught. If you try to step, you get caught. But you can't go to the right, interesting. So this is what Mustafa was getting on, alluding to earlier. Oh no. This one. So you'll notice forward 3 still catches it, and they dodge our jabs. We can do down back 3. This is probably sidestep right, duck. It's actually not bad. So this is, if we do jabs, only 1-2 catches it. Forward 3 does not. Obviously this won't work. And then, oh, that's interesting. And then you're so misaligned, like it's so hard to hit it after that. That's actually kind of crazy. That's crazy. Well, sure, that makes sense, but this is kind of nuts. a lot of this is just recognizing that this is what's happening and seeing if you can't like run up and do it, basically. Why step it, Young Tate? Because you're trying to deal with the other options. Like if your opponent is mixing these two, right? The block punishment is so good that you will be able to catch this. But the point is that, like, let's say your opponent does this 9 out of 10 times, right? And then 1 out of 10 times they do this. Yeah, you get a launch, but it will not add up to the number of lows, right? That's basically the reason. It's like trying to figure out, like, what does each option do against each one of his options. So again, well, actually I managed to mostly get it, but I don't think my execution is good enough to really like make that a convincing one. So down back 3 works. Forward 3 probably works, just in theory. It's got to work. And then sides up right duck. Whoa. So is that the whole point of down forward 1? Is this going to track me? You can always do 1-1 into 1-1 or 1-1 into sidestep, and then if you do forward 3, you die. Am I doing something wrong here? Does he have to sidestep the other way? Do you want me to sidestep to the left? Because Bryan's weak side is the right. You want me to do that? If he does immediate timing of 1-1-1-1. Oh, no sidestep. Well, sure. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, anyway, like I said, we are not trying to completely solve it right now. We're trying to get used to what's going on. So it's okay. Like we will solve this as we go, right? Like playing around a -1 move, like I should be clear from the get-go that 1-1 is a good move. It's not going to be so easy to just like option select out the entire sequence, right? But this also sidesteps. Okay. That's actually interesting. The other thing that I wanted to point out also is down forward 1 is -6, right? And the only option that he has to extend is a high. So it's like, yes, if they catch us with down forward 1, that's pretty good because on hit, it's +5, right? But there is, like, there is some small risk, like, associated with it if we get them to use it a lot, right? So, Young Tate, I think you're a little bit late to the beginning of this. The very beginning of this is this situation here. You'll get punished if you do jab here. And the whole point of down back 2 is to take jab out as an option, right? And if you do anything more than just 1 hit, you'll get counter hit. So it's like, really, you can like think of it in a few different ways, but the idea that, as I understand it, is that down back 2 and sidestep options, are what beats your jabs, right? Like, not always, but can, right? And same goes for the electrics. So it's just kind of figuring out, like, what are we losing to if we forward 3? What are we losing to if we sides up right block, or duck rather? What are we losing to if we do jabs, right? And I think, I mean, that's fair, Mustafa. Like, you're basically saying, like, something like this, right? Because that's his tracking option. And there's, I mean, you got nothing at this point, because that move tracks. Though, given the frames of this move, you can probably put up a pretty good fight here. Can't backdash. Or you see me backdashing, but it's like still hitting me. We could try backdash on each one of these real quick. That's not surprising, that move hits very far. Yeah, backdash isn't really an option. In this game, backdashes aren't very good anyway. That's about the only one so far. Yeah, so well, let me simplify things down for today, right? So 1-1. You bet Hay could do it? Maybe. 1-1. -1 on block. -1 on block. Options are, I'm just going to say forward 3, jabs, sidestep right duck. That's what I'm going to call them, right? Like, we're just going to say those are the 3. Now, given that, I think it would be good to keep the ones that sidestep right duck beats so that we can practice using that and getting value out of it. And we're going to take out the ones that we lose to, not because we refuse to acknowledge it, but because that way we can get used to, like, cashing in on it, right? So we're going to do this one. Jeez. I have no idea if that's actually a punish. Okay. So this one tracks, so we'll take this one out. This one tracks, right? Oh, it's up 4-3 actually. So no, it doesn't. And then we have, this is the tracking option. Yeah. So cool. We're gonna take these out. Now, for punishment training now, we're going to 1-1 and 2 up forward 4 will beat most of your buttons in that situation. That makes sense. Down back 2 is reactable usually. Reactable. It's 21 frames fast. I still don't understand how a 21 frame fast move can be reactable, but maybe I don't understand because it has to go with how expressive the move is, probably. Movement wise, is my guess. But anyway, I think other than that though, let's go ahead and put in the some of these punishment moves. So let's do while standing 1-2. Let's see. Honestly, we'll just do it like this, probably. Just do the short version because we know they're coming out of crouch and there's 2 versions of it. Age, right? Exactly. So you have an 11. We have while standing 2. And then we have I could do, but this is such a weird move. We're gonna do this because this is a third kind of punish. So we have 3 kinds of punish, plus we have to do sidestep right block. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring up the frequency of these a little bit. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm guessing if I make these frequencies 5, I will see a 1-1 situation. Well, I guess I want to see it a little bit less. So if I do it this way, we'll mostly see the punishable moves, and then we'll see the 1-1 situation about the same amount of time. Yeah, I mean, you don't need to have that type of reaction. But anyway, that's the idea of what the training will look like. I'll show it real quick. Real slow. That's a 12. Slow this. I'm still gonna do the punish slowly so that I like actually react to it. We'll do a 2-3. You can tell that I'm already doing things pretty poorly. But this is so that as long as we do the right action, even if it's slow, you'll slowly start speeding up. Slowly. But that's the idea. And it's important to just like keep making sure you do the right reaction. It's okay. Notice how like we're just focusing on doing the right thing. And then we're kind of slowly doing the right reactions here. But that's the idea. I'm gonna keep doing this as we go into our next session of playing ranked. But that is the idea of what I'm going to be practicing for this week. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and do our YouTube sign off for this segment. If you're coming from YouTube, be sure and like, comment, subscribe to the channel. It really helps us grow. Really love seeing the new people show up. And if you ever want to watch it live, it's at twitch.tv/VonTiban. That's VONTIBAN. We stream Bryan, Tekken, Saturdays and Sundays, 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. Central Time, so come check us out there. First hour, it's going to be some type of labbing like this, and then we'll do a ranked session after where we'll practice some fundamentals. And the description is the schedule is in the description down below, as well as a link to our Discord, which you can join and join our family. That being said, thank you so much. Happy Deviljinning.